Congratulations. I would now like to introduce the commencement speaker, Mr. Sam Hoyt. Sam Hoyt is the current regional president of the Empire State Development Agency. Prior to that job, he served nearly 20 years as an assemblyman in the New York State Assembly. I have known him perhaps 8 years, and what I always recall from his style was this question: tell me what you're working on. He never approached me and others in terms of, let me tell you what I'm interested in and see if you can get behind me. What are you working on? And he listened to the answer. I always understood that as the truest expression of a public servant. In that sense, he is a neighborhood builder, a people developer, a community builder. Inside the Assembly, the New York State Assembly, he served as Majority Whip and as a member of the Ways and Means Committee, Transportation, Energy, Tourism, Arts and Sports and Development, and Cities. He also served, way back when, as the Western New York Regional Director of the affairs of Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. Currently, he serves as the chair of the Buffalo and Fort Erie Public Bridge Authority. He understands binational issues. He also serves on the Economic Development Power Allocation Board. You know, the wealth that is the Niagara River. He is a board member of the Erie Canal Harbor Development Corporation and the Erie County Stadium Corporation. He is a lifelong resident of Western New York, but he thinks big. This is a stellar career and outstanding biography, and it is not over yet, but there is one flaw in it. The one flaw in this story, in this biography, is that Sam Hoyt's college degree is from Buffalo State University and not Medaille College. But we are very generous. We forgive that. And we will just hope that he'll be sitting among the master's degree candidates next year. Mr. Hoyt, would you address the graduates?
Hi. That was quite an introduction, and I appreciate it. I'm grateful. I'm thrilled to be here. And more than anything else, I want to congratulate all of you. And when I say all of you, I not only mean, of course, you, the graduates, but I also want to congratulate the parents. I want to congratulate your children. I want to congratulate your spouses, and of course, the great faculty at Medaille. Your graduation today is a victory that you should be proud of, but also a victory for all who helped get you to this point. I am humbled and I'm honored to be your commencement speaker. In earning a graduate degree, you've achieved something that I never had. And a degree from Medaille will truly be a powerful tool in your toolbox. That is something that we do not have in common. Yet, as I look out across at you, I feel a connection. When I graduated from college, I was 28 years old. I was a married student who went off to work in the years between the beginning of my higher education and its culmination here in Buffalo. That's you, or many of you, anyway. On average, you are 32 years old, you're paying your own way, you may be married, maybe raising a family, you're probably working. There's an esoteric aspect to higher education, but you came to better prepare yourself for a work world you are probably already familiar with. You are from Western New York and Ontario, and probably don't think of the two as different places. And you plan to stay here. Yep, I can relate to all of that. That's me. And I think, like me, you probably found juggling school and work and family to be challenging, rewarding, sometimes fun, but also frustrating, overwhelming, and sometimes unfair. None of that is going to change. It doesn't change in the work world. It doesn't change with a higher salary. It doesn't change with increased job security. It doesn't change when your children are grown and move out of the house. That life is worth living, with advancement worth pursuing, does not mean it ever comes easy. In that, you will not only have something in common with me, but you have something in common with this place that we call home. I am hopeful about our home. Can you ever remember a time in Western New York where there have been so many cranes in the sky? In working for Governor Cuomo, I am most familiar with the projects he has been leading the charge on for Western New York, developing the waterfront as a revived place to work and play, strengthening the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus as a center for innovation and healing, business and research, using the best local brain power through the Regional Economic Development Councils to steer development from Niagara Falls to Olean, from Buffalo to Batavia, and beyond, through partnerships with higher education, business, government, and the community. There's an excitement about this newness. I feel invigorated by the potential, by the sunny future for this entire region. And here again, there's a parallel between what's happening to the region itself and your lives at this time. And whether it was your intent or not, your investment in yourself and your plan to build the rest of your lives and grow your family here is a commitment and an investment to this region. You are inseparable from your community. Your faith and that of us all cannot be disaggregated. But I don't have to tell you that it's not all fun and games. I feel in the Cuomo administration that we're winning the struggle against the forces of decline, but it is indeed a struggle. Raising two boys for me was and is a struggle with great reward and reason to hope to go on. My boys are now grown and certainly legal adults, but I can't say that the struggle is over. I think more than a few of you can relate to that. You got a lot from Medaille, but this day did not come without a struggle. And the tools you lead with today are to better prepare you for the continued struggle. Economic development, community development, the revitalization of an old city. If any of these things were easy, they would have already been done. You went back to school because it isn't obvious. It isn't easy. A better future doesn't just happen. Remember that. Today is called Commencement for a reason. It marks the beginning of something, and let me tell you, it is the beginning of the next phase of your struggle. Now, I know many of you are graduating with degrees in applied psychology, and perhaps you can confirm what I'm going to say next, that true happiness cannot be obtained without struggle, without the work, the stress, the setbacks, the problems you solved to get to this point. Your diploma would be nothing more than a piece of paper. The work you put into getting to this day infuses that piece of paper with meaning and with power. And the way you will apply the tools you take with you against the resistances of life will give you meaning and will give you power. What you're achieving today, more than any program or building, any particular new business or legislative success, is what gives me hope. Hope is the fuel to fight on. You'll need it, but you'll also give it. And you're ready. And you are needed. And your skills, which we are celebrating today, are needed to truly forge the future